Alright, so here's another Jeep update. I don't remember if I posted the last one or not, but basically we had to get a new motor. Now, I know we've established that motor's bad, but the other motor I had, there's a parts one, said 89, and this one says 94. Now, an 89 motor is a Renix. They're missing all kinds of sensors and vacuum lines here. The intake, or the fuel rail is different. Everything was different about that other engine. You know, another thing was on a Renix engine, they have the bolts going in. When on the high output, they have the AC bolts holding it down and going down. But this motor, we've got about 111,000 miles. The guy, he took a picture of the odometer on the Jeep before he pulled it out to prove that this was a good engine. And looking around, you know, this engine's not clean per se, but damn, it's clean for an engine. This thing is damn clean for having 111,000 miles on it. It was really well taken care of. Now, my valve cover used to be black. Now, that alone says something. You know, you can kind of see the remnants of the paint right here. It's just right there. But as you can see, the bolts going down right here. Here's the vacuum lines I was talking about here. Those are all the same on mine as it is on that one. I'm not sure why this was left on here. Oh, yeah, because it fought me. See, now I remember. Those are the in-laws leaving now. It's kind of weird that they were parked next to the barn. But I got most things disconnected now. My fuel lines are disconnected. I started getting these bolts out. Got 2 out of the 3, because that one down there is being a bitch. And it's really hard for me to get a ratchet down there to loosen it up, but not a big deal. And then this has 1, 2, 3, and 4 holding this on. Take off the fans, and this should pull off. And this is the AC condenser, like radiator part. Excuse me. This is the actual radiator. That'll probably just disconnect it and pull it out of the whole body of the Jeep. Battery disconnected so I don't blow shit up when I'm touching metal. Got the coolant hoses disconnected up here. So for the most part, this Jeep is almost free to be pulled out. Just disconnect the motor mounts and this thing should come right out. A little, like I said, just little things like this. I think I want to pull this out so we have that extra room to swing things if we need to like swing it in and then down and then back. You know, because, you know, fighting it like this way is pretty difficult with an inline 6. I've done it like 3 times now, and holy shit. But I don't even know. I might just take it out just to be safe so I don't break it when I'm putting a new motor in. And then I got a new power steering pump, but I'm going to have to use the same canister. And I think this was where some of the leak was coming from. It was like blowing out topwards, which is why the top of this is mostly clean. And then the sides are just absolutely filthy. Like, disgusting. So maybe, and then with the actual plugs for the injectors, I wrote a 1 on here, which you can only see in reflection. It's that right there. And then it's pretty self-explanatory. Like, if you look, they're already bent the same way they need to be. Just reconnect them to the new engine. Easy. From what I'm looking at here, the fuel rail isn't even bolted on anywhere. Like, it looks like it is literally just pressed on with the threads of that bolt, so that's kind of cool. This has been disconnected. We got, oh yeah, there is another, see this line right here, it goes down, so you follow it. You can't see because my flash is dead, but down there I think there's a knock sensor. That was what my dad was telling me. I need to disconnect that, and then I'm pretty sure everything else has been pulled off. I'll do a once over, look at anything connected, I'll pick it up with the lift, check underneath. Hood has been taken off, as you can see there. So we're getting closer every day. I need to figure out some sort of like app for my phone that is like a video editor, so I can combine a short video where I put the actual ratchet to the crankshaft of the engine and spin it. Because look underneath here, I took that all apart. You can't see shoot down here. But the oil pan is off. The oil pan was over there next to that engine, but in a tire. And then when you crank this, it just pisses out air on every cylinder. So you can kind of see it a little bit better now. That's like all the bottom components. We got the I wish I knew intercomponent names for engine parts, like the bottom of the piston. That's all I can think about. But crankshaft, spin it, every piston pisses out air. So yep, but everything else is great underneath here. I checked everything. We're tight except one bushing right there. The track bar bushing is frigged up, man. Ugh. So yep, this is the Jeep update. I think this is like the 4th one possibly. So I'm really missing my Jeep, man. I just want to be able to drive it again. No, it's dang. Smells like my Jeep in here, man. I miss it. I miss it driving. Miss driving it a lot. Because the last time I drove something, it was a Ford Ranger, and that is nothing like a Jeep Cherokee at all. That truck, Ford Rangers are crazy, especially with the 4.0 V6s. Whew, they get it and go. Way more power than an inline 6, I'll tell you that. Maybe not as much torque, but definitely horsepower-wise. That thing pulls. So that's cool. I will probably do another video tomorrow, but I do work 11 to 6, so it's going to be one of those just afternoon show up and dick around, pull things off, make sure that everything's disconnected. Tomorrow is probably going to be more of a pull the front end off and then pick it up with the lift to disconnect all the bottom stuff so I don't have to crawl on my back, and also disconnect the torque converter bolts. Probably, I think the starter's already disconnected and hanging off like a little dirty rag. But I believe most of the stuff has been disconnected today. You can see a lot of these plugs, like Jesus Christ. But that one hooks on there. Okay, yeah. Alright. At least I remember what they are and where they go and all that fun stuff. So, yeah. Vacuum lines disconnected, like I was showing you. So, but one other thing I do need to remember, I'm saying that all weird, but bolt here to take off my fuel lines from the intake, or I will rip those out, because I'm an idiot. Oh, no. Are those gas? Yeah, those are the gas lines. Okay. And then, I think, power steering lines, and I should be good, because the only other big thing there is that AC. And then I do have another serpentine belt, which is cool. And like I said, I do have that new power steering pump, so that'll be easy. And I do want to show you guys something, because I'm an idiot and I forgot to return it. But when I returned my bearings for this engine, since it was so screwed up, they gave me like 86 bucks back, and I was super confused, and it was just because I didn't bring in my oil pan gasket. So realistically, I could pull off that other oil pan gasket, or oil pan off that engine, just have it hang in the air and take it off, and then from there I could probably just clean things up, see if everything's good, put a new gasket on it just for shits and giggles, I guess. But that's only if I want to. I don't think I need to do it, because it doesn't leak, there's nothing wrong. I might just save that for a just in case kind of situation, because that is a really nice engine. Like, I can't believe how good it is. It's going to be super nice to put in my Jeep, because one thing I was worried about when I was doing this was like, man, I really don't want to have to do a whole like engine pull, because my Jeep is mostly, and then as I was saying this, the phrase of my Jeep is mostly numbers matching, I went, nah, no it's not. This had a Chrysler 8 1/4 in the rear end as an axle, and it got into a weird 4-wheel drive accident. So now I got a Dana 44 posi track. I'll show you real quick so you don't have to just believe what I said. You can see the diff cover. That is a Dana 44, and then it is a posi track. But I can't prove it right now because, yeah. And then I do also have, let me see, this is probably better to go over here for. But up here, underneath, you can see a new transfer case. Yeah, because that is a slip yoke eliminator transfer case. And holy crap, that thing is amazing. So I've already got 2 huge things that are just already been replaced. It's not a numbers matching Jeep anymore. So I went, you know what, just whatever, you know. So I'm gonna put a new engine in it, and then eventually I'm probably gonna put a new tranny in it too. The tranny I have right now does everything it needs to. It's perfect. It runs good, but it is old. So we'll just see how far it'll go with this new engine. I never drive these Jeeps hard, especially mine. I love it. So, oh yeah, before I finish this video off, this is my only frame damage. You can see it's at a crooked angle versus this one, just dead straight on. So I'm gonna probably consider taking this off right here, disconnecting it somewhere, and beating it back straight so I have a more proper lined up bumper, because as it is right now, if this one turns in, this plastic is supposed to be either flush or just a little bit off of the fender flare. Whoa. If you look right here, when it comes in, it touches that plastic, and so it's not flush. It wants to be, but it won't be, especially with this bolt being right there. If it wanted to be flush, like right about here probably, I mean, that is about 3 or 4 inches away. So if I wanted it to look a little bit better, I'd probably have to take that off, reap on it until it's straight, beat it back to where it needs to be. Hope it doesn't crack, but I don't know if I'm that worried about it. If I'm gonna put a new bumper on it, I'm half tempted just to get a cool bar one that wraps around here. So you cut from this line over, and then have a bar that wraps around, sticks out enough to put a winch right in front, and then come back at a 45 right there. So I don't know. I like the way it looks right now, because it kind of looks like a scout vehicle with just a stock front bumper. It's cool. It's lifted about 2.5 inches. So I don't know. I will go ahead and inform you guys on what the new, like, any kind of news that's happening tomorrow when I'm finished doing the work, because it's hard for me to keep recording and doing that. Like, it's just, I'm not a YouTuber. I just want to make sure that this is some way documented for the future in case I want to sell the Jeep, or just to have it to show kids or friends or family, anything, just to, have it documented. But this is definitely cool. I'm excited. I hope this goes smoothly. The other Cherokee engines that I've done is not gone smoothly, and then things are wrong and different, and I'm not a fan of doing it. So hopefully this just goes the way it needs to be. And I'm praying to God that it just starts right up. No issues. Just don't let me be an idiot and forget something. Alright. Peace out. See you guys tomorrow.